€20 or no show. Please do support me. I need money. For food! Hurry up. €20 or no show. Please do support me, scumbags. I need money for food! Hurry! Don't tell me to get a job. You pay me! Yeah. Buy me a radiation blanket! Radiation blanket! Radiation blanket! My technique is the sea moss of the land. It's not a fucking crossbow. Chopping you up! Just chopping you up! I'm chopping you up! I kiss guys for science. That's how you know. Thanks for the gravy, Big Bear. Clinically not gay.
Good morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 2691. I'm your host, Arwin. And before we start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the gift card, PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are all in the description box below, or send me super chat over at the Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel and support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. I can really use it. So please support your local Arwin, that would be great. Right, yeah, as I said, I was gonna start late today, and so I am. It's 3:15 right now. Weather today is very similar to yesterday, except there's not a lot of haze up there. There does seem to be a little bit of trailing here and there, but yeah, it's not so hazy compared to yesterday, though there is some of it hanging around. But overall nice blue clear sky, intense sun, a little bit of wind here and there, but not as much as yesterday, so it does feel warmer. Right. Hello. It is Monday, the 13th of July 2026. Temperature is 28 degrees Celsius with 46% humidity, 11 kilometers an hour wind, 0% precipitation. Okay. Moderate high temperature warning. Okay. Yeah, whatever. It's gonna be much hotter tomorrow. Well, much. 31 degrees. And then Wednesday 29, and yeah. It seems to be set that by next weekend it's gonna cool down a bit. So I guess that's kinda nice. Right, so yeah, I hope everybody had a great weekend. Mine was good. No soccer matches. It's much more time in between now since it's like the finals period and all that. So tomorrow there's going to be the last quarter final between France and Spain. Yeah. And man, damn, like I hadn't actually watched the Argentina match against Switzerland, but there's like a lot of separate clips, and that thing was a giant mess. It would have been really irritating to watch from what I can see, because it's just more of the same type of rigging and unfair shit, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, it's worse than it even used to be, because these kind of shenanigans would happen every so often. It's like it would be like one game or something where it would really stand out and everybody would be like and then the rest it would be kind of fine. It seems to be happening like all the time now. It's more rigged than ever. It really does feel like it's actually more rigged than it's ever been. Which is really ironic, since they're like the VAR video, lots of video assistance, and even with all that, it just feels even more rigged. Because they still pick and choose. They can still just say, no, we're not gonna check it, when it's very obvious. So it just shows the rigging even more. I mean, if you're gonna rig it like that, then why even have this kind of a referee system? With all the cameras on top of it, it just seems counterproductive. I mean, if you wanted to prove how freaking honest you are, yeah, then it's great. But when you then rig it by two-tier refereeing, then it just shows the hypocrisy even worse. Anyway, yeah, no soccer today. I'm not gonna talk about it really. But yeah, it's a mess. It seems more like it's now a fact that Lindsey Graham had actually been killed in one of the strikes on Ukraine over the weekend, and that they're just hiding it. They're just saying like, "Oh no, he got back and then he died suddenly." But I mean, it seems like it's very likely that he did actually like visit either a drone factory and then got struck while doing that, or that he got back to his hotel with the rest of the NATO officers, which all seem to be in one hotel, and it got blown up too, because I mean, Russia is like really taking measures this time. And did basically serious damage to the entire NATO operation command structure. Which, in my opinion, is a great thing. Because it needs to end. All this shit needs to stop. NATO needs to be basically dissolved and like criminally inquired. Because they're not doing what they should be doing according to the original contracts. It's become hijacked and corrupted, obviously, to a lot of people. Right, but at least like yeah, the major neocon warhawk Lindsey Graham is no longer part of the game. And like yeah, he really was kind of one of the peak general leading figures, at least like on screen. He was really open about it. He might have some disciples or whatever, but yeah, who knows what's even left of that. So there's a good likelihood that NATO is really like now having trouble to actually figure out what to do next. Because I mean, that happens when your organizers and trainers suddenly all get killed. And that's probably happened. I mean, if it did happen, then of course NATO and the EU, like, they're not going to be honest about it because it's a massive humiliation and setback, despite the tons and tons of aid that has been squeezed out of the general public against their will, might I add, mostly. I mean, you'd be pretty crazy if you were in support of that. Right. But yeah, that was interesting. And it's also kind of funny that, I mean, my first response, like, oh, he died suddenly, so did he get, like, vax damage or something? Because, I mean, that wouldn't even be that surprising at this point, at this timetable, compared to when it first started rolling out, all the vaxes and all that. mRNA modifiers experiment. But I mean, it seems like it's a cover story, because the reality is that he got blown up in a counteraction, and yeah, that is That's much more shocking if you say that to the public, like, especially after having this massive wave of propaganda where, oh, we're winning, oh, he's starting to falter, there's so many dead on the Russian side, and all the bragging. Yeah, then actually being honest about basically one of your generals getting blown up is not really the type of news that fits in that picture, does it? So yeah. Anyway. Yeah, and a fitting little video. There's a lot of fitting commentary, but yeah, there's like Russia realizing the entire world has no problem with them killing Lindsey Graham. This is from some superhero movie. I don't know which. I might have seen it, but I don't remember. It's like, right. It's like, oh, you're okay with it? Oh, yay! I'm the hero. I thought it was funny, but I mean, they must have known that. Russia knows what's going on. Like, at this point, this is almost a suggestion like Russia doesn't know what it's doing. They absolutely know what they're doing. They got full-blown oversight because they have the wisdom, they have the right approach, they have the level-headedness, they have the pragmatism, and they got the skills. Like, they have a vast amount of people that are on it, that are really trained with it, and yeah, it just functions, and they know what they're doing, and it's calculated. And especially, like, they also just keep very close track of what's actually happening in the world, including propaganda and its influence. They study all of it, as they should. I mean, yeah, you can do that. You can study that. So if you want to really be on top of things, you have to. You have to know what's actually going on in between all the propaganda. And I bet they have like thousands of people that are on that are just like studying what's going on out there through the internet. And maybe I contributed some, I don't know. I'm just here to mostly like try to share with Russia, like, hey, the flat earthers, like, we don't want to get in your way. I don't. It's like, yeah, I know you got a space program. It's kind of the similar thing to NASA. I don't necessarily want to take that away from you. I don't want to get in your face. I don't want to protest. It's all fake. Like, because if anything, I just want NASA to actually stop being such grabblers about it, and do all this weird trickery and just this foolishness and weird trans programming, which they do also. They have done that. Feminist, all the liberal agenda. Like, I wish they were just a little less liberal, and then I'd be like, yeah, NASA, yeah, of course they're fake, but I mean, it's okay. Just providing a service. But it's the corruption that's coming through that's really irritating. And that kind of like forces me to, like a lot of flat earthers, like forces to like lay down the flat earth in opposition to that. That's what a lot of flat earthers do, or have been doing for a long time. Right. Anyway. Oh yeah, this is kind of funny. Yeah, 2 football clips. One was really funny, and it's just a nice little fantasy thing. So I don't have tons of clips, but a little bit. But I'm just not gonna play it all right at the start of the show. Let's get into something. Oh yeah, by the way, did you guys know that D-Live just quit? It was unexpected. But they stopped. Kinda sad. it had some fun streams sometimes. If you're like kind of bored, I'd sometimes check some of it out, and it wasn't all bad. This is like a great variety of all kinds of live streams. But yeah, it was not a video storage type platform. It didn't work like that. It's no YouTube where you can just like look through archives and all that. But I'm happy to have used it in the past. I'm also very glad I downloaded a lot of those streams to my computer, because I mean they would get removed after 5 days unless you pay them. And now if you had paid them all this time, they're still gone, which is very tragic for probably the whole bunch of people that had actually invested in it. Let's see, what's happening out there? Anyway, yeah, the World War situation is still tense, with Trump doubling down again for the 5th time, or 50th time or something. I don't know how many times it's been, and it's really bad, and nobody can see the advantage of it. And looks like there might also be attempts to basically disrupt trade routes between Iran and Russia. That might be in the works, and I mean, who knows? Pretty sure Russia is gonna take a stand for that. Also, it seems like Israel has gotten like really pounded again by Iran after like the whole bombing in the vicinity of a nuclear power plant. Also, yeah, I think I mentioned that 2 days ago, like, oh, they bombed the power plant, but they didn't actually destroy it. They just kind of bombed near it. It wasn't actually directly damaged, thank God, because that would have been like an incredible war crime. But I mean, they are just like pushing it right on the edge. Also because like that nuclear power plant is actually directly in possession of the Russians. Like, they're the power plant is of Russia, and they're doing that as a contra. They're managing it, and they have like Russian staff manning it, and they're doing it like in Iran. And that's so if that would be directly bombed, it would be like bombing Russia. And yeah, that's of course just more poking the bear. And yeah, if it would be really seriously damaged, a war crime, another one. Right. Anyhow, well, that's still going, and don't know if there's been new back and forth missiles and drones. But I think everybody's still like kind of busying themselves with like what's the situation with Lindsey Graham and what now? Because I mean, he was really like one of the figures that would lead the assault, that would lead the planning of it and everything. He was like a coordinator, effectively, from what I understand. And who knows what other intelligence and planning staff from NATO has also been killed. I mean, Russia literally did target like the hotel they were all staying. So, yeah. that's anyway. That's let's see what is here. What's this? Right. Looks like the farm protests are still going, and it said that it's gonna scale up to bigger than ever before, where basically it's a call to like all farmers to participate in it, and not just a bunch of them. And I mean, we got a lot of farmers, so with a lot of tractors, from what's been happening thus far, already looks pretty big. I guess they're gonna scale it up, so good on them. I really hope this works. Oh wow. What a discovery in mainstream history. No. America was already occupied fully and explored like by Europeans when it was supposedly discovered for the first time in the official story? No. Well, I'll be damned. I never thought about that, except that I've been like, yeah, duh. God, why do they always have to catch on so damn late? But I mean, better late than never, though. But it's getting more attention, like the alternative history. And Tartaria. Tartaria is also like as a thing, as like the actual terrain, and what was there, and that is erased, is getting more mainstream attention. There's a whole bunch of books like that are really rolling out about that I've seen come by plenty. So it's a full-blown item, and it's getting more mainstream comparatively to like Flat Earth, although that also definitely had its mainstream moments. But I mean, that's never been integrated though. They just give it its room and then they pretend it didn't happen. With this one, with the alternative timeline, and Tartaria is gonna be a different story though. Right, anyway, they're basing this on finding some really, really old skeleton somewhere in North America. Or is it 13,000 year old? Okay. To be fair though, I mean, how are they determining that? Like on carbon dating? Right, the problem is when things get that old, it becomes you can just tell, like, okay, this is really old, but then exactly how really old it is, that is actually just not really doable. Because the further away into the past it goes, the harder it is to be accurate about it, like universally. Like with fossils, there's just nothing, it's just arbitrary based on the presupposition of the timeline. And with carbon dating, yeah, it just becomes more erratic the older it is. Harder to tell. But I mean, despite all that, they're starting to explore a new backstory for the Americas. Basically concluding that because in the original story it was during the Ice Age, supposedly, that people just walked over. But they're concluding now, no, they probably just had boats much earlier than they had anticipated. And of course they did, duh. I mean, a boat is not that complicated a thing. And you can literally, there's a route. Right? Past Iceland. It's not that inachievable. And I mean, they did figure that out very long ago. The Vikings alone, which were like real risk takers, and they I think they officially discovered it, but I mean, they probably discovered it way before when it's even assumed. Anyway, that's just something I bumped into right now. Oh, people being preoccupied. What did we see? It's all light flash in the sky. It has to be something physical in outer space. It's like, yeah. Or it was just a not so predicted celestial anomaly. It's all just a freaking hologram anyway. But man can get people preoccupied with that thing. Oh, the space cosmology can really make people obsessed with sightings in the sky. But specifically because they imagine it to all be physical. And then they want to know what. But I mean, it's not physical. When you go up there, all that brightness, it all goes away. But people just forget because they don't experience it all the time physically. Right? I mean, if you told them like it's all a hologram, and they'd be like, "What?" No, but they can see it. So it's just like, what are you talking about? What you'd have to then literally bring them up and show them, like, yeah, see how it's all getting smaller and the stars go away? Like, that makes no sense. Right? Maybe it isn't an outer space. Maybe they are just holograms. But you'd have to then see something to give you an indicator for that. And that would be going really high up. But yeah, out there, people don't... We're at the ground level, people don't leave the ground level. And in airplanes, they don't go that high up either, and usually not at night. Not high enough that you won't see stars anymore. So yeah, it's very hard to communicate my idea in that sense. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a great Monday, by the way. Yeah. I'm just a tiny little short on sleep, but I mean, I'm still doing fine, and I finished watching the follow-up movie from Bahubali, and I mean the second one is really messy. I was much more impressed by the first one, but it's because of just the scenery. It was just fascinating. In the second one, it just feels more very typical Bollywood style, a lot of it. But I mean, it was still just an entertaining story, and they do impress in ways. I thought it was very entertaining, but I mean the first movie, especially like that first hour, was just really something else. It really made you feel like you're in another world. Right, and the funny thing is, like, it is basically a current time story and then the past story kind of woven through it. And the past part is really big. It's basically an entire movie that's like as a flash, but it's like a crazy long. It's like you have like an hour, if not longer, of just like, yeah, this is all the things that happened in the past. And then in this movie it starts like that. It's like, oh, we go back and this is what happened. And then that's like almost the rest of the entire movie up until like the last hour or last half an hour. That's a little confusing, especially since a lot of the characters look, well, identical, and that's because they're literally the same actors. Supposedly there's Daddy Bahubali, who also dies in the past, and then there's the son figuring out that he is his son and what that means, but it's literally the same actor. That gets kind of confusing. It's the same actor, same location. So that is a little bit confusing. But other than that, I mean, yeah. Second movie also had its moments. But I mean, the first one did really impress. The second one just didn't give me that feeling like a Lord of the Rings setup. Like the first one definitely did. It's like more interpersonal drama in the second one. It's just like, it's not the best writing. Just very typical Bollywood. But also with its moments. Thanks for the Rogans, whoever did that. I hope everybody's having a great day. Would be nice to interact, perhaps. guess the conflict between Yemen and Saudi Arabia has like fired back up. Yeah, I mean it Trump's done. It's now the entire region's just gonna probably be at war for a while again. Yeah, I'm kind of through subject. Wow. So many people watching. Really? How did I get 125 views already? 40 minutes. That's incredible. Whatever that means. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know really what to put in the title though. That is... Right, anyway, let's play this little video. This is kind of funny. Somebody took note of like the differences in taking penalty kicks in 1990 and in 2026. This is how it used to be. And this is how they do it now.
La cucaracha ya no quiere
It's a bit overkill, but funny and true. It's too much time. They waste too much time. Right. And this is a prediction of how it's gonna go in the finals. Hilarious. It's obviously AI, but I mean, you gotta see it. It's just so funny. If it's
لم تقبل اهداف يا ريكي ولك الاسبقيه بهدف ولك المرتدات في الثاني يا بابا 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 الارجنتيني هو بابا.
yeah. Because I mean, like, it's more like a crossover with American football. But yeah, you're not supposed to do that. Obviously, if you watched even one soccer game, then you realize that. Anyway, that was funny. I could just play endless of videos of like, oh, look at how they're just screwing everybody over, but I mean, it's just very depressing. I take note of it, I'll formulate an opinion, but I'm not just gonna shower you, oh, look at all the proof I have. All the proof at how corrupted it is. No. Yep. Not bumping into anything. Let's play this. Somebody just makes little fairy houses, and it's really epic. So simple. I love this sort of shit. Like, it's great. When I was a kid, I was really into this sort of stuff. And there were places where that sometimes it was like that. It was just like some part of some forest, and they would just like work on it. And I mean, that was all temporary anyway. Because I mean, it like after a few months, it kind of withers and all that. But it's great when it's just there. It just happens. Very inspiring. The music is a little bland, but yeah, that's it. Okay, so I have to figure out what the hell to put in a title. Maybe I'm not doing a title again. I mean, why? If I don't come up with anything, then maybe I should just not do a title like the other one. You know, can't always expect every day to be a good show. And of course, I could technically choose to just like, then, oh, I don't feel like I'm gonna be inspired today, I'm not gonna do a show. But I mean, the problem is, a lot of the times, I think that ahead of time, but because I do the show anyway, a lot of the times I turn out to be wrong, and then I do get a lot of ideas. Or do bump into a subject that I am like elaborating on for an entire hour. So, yeah. I can't really time it. Like, okay, I'm just gonna do shows only when I'm really inspired. Well, the problem is I never really know ahead of time. A lot of it is just completely in the moment. And if it happens in the moment, then it happens, and other times it just won't. I'm just gonna like generally wander around and just see what's going on. But I mean, yeah, when you do that, a lot of the times it's just everything is kind of the same. It's like, okay, just more regurgitation of the stuff that's already known for like 24 hours. And then it's not really share worthy if I already addressed it. This is such an annoying thing now about X, is that there's people just posting shit and saying, oh look, this building just got attacked by that and it's getting destroyed, this changes everything. But you always have to freaking check, because a lot of it is just complete horse shit, where it's just like, no, that's some other building on fire in another nation and another time and has nothing to do with what they say. It's really fucking tedious. And in a way, I kind of wish that X would basically be a little bit more dramatic in doing something about that. Like, maybe people that do that, and it's like really blatant, should get warnings for it. Like, hey, this is literally misinformation. Don't do that. Like, don't show like a fire or an explosion that is like known and then say it's somewhere else at another time. Like, don't do that. Just make that illegal. That would fix a lot. That would fix a lot of the overall quality of X in general if they do that. It would even be more interesting if they'd have a system where every video would basically have a time and a location automated stamp that is accompanying it. That could be even like AI driven, purely that AI just does that. Because, I mean, yeah, if people are going to fill it in themselves, well, they are just doing it and then doing it wrong, right? So it's something that would be automatically checked, and that would help a lot. If that would be there, and it's not just like a note, right, from the moderators that's underneath it in the big block, which is, it has a function. It's good to see like what is AI when it's claimed not to be AI, although it doesn't even happen always. But if there was just like directly under the video a little stamp that just says this is the date of when it happened and this is the location, that would like immediately have, if somebody posts something and then says something stupid, you could just immediately look like, no, you're just wrong. You wouldn't even have to like figure it out. You could just immediately see this is wrong. At minimum, that would be very handy. Anyway. not AI at all. Alright. Oh, can't believe I'm already an hour and 5 minutes in. I still haven't figured out the title, damn it. I guess it's just gonna be not a title. Hope everybody's having a great day, though. Don't forget to rate it up if you're liking it. I know I'm not very talkative right now at this last stage. Yeah, I guess it's not gonna be a title today. Whatever. Right, I'm rounding out. So thanks everyone for coming. I hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also support me through the gift card, PayPal, Patreon, Send Go, links are in the description box below, or send me a super chat over at the Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel, support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. I could really use it. Right, I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 2692 on Tuesday. Should be normal time. Hope to see everybody then. See somebody show up in the chat. Everybody have a great rest of this Monday, and until the next video, keep it flat.